You know that feeling, right? You're just staring at your to-do list, you know exactly what you need to do, but you feel completely frozen, like you're physically unable to move. We're so quick to call ourselves lazy, but what if it's something else entirely? Well, today we're going to get into the truth about emotional exhaustion. First up, let's talk about something called the motivation paradox. This is that really, really frustrating feeling. It's like a standoff inside your own head. The part of you that wants to get things done is in a full-blown battle with the part of you that just can't. So let's just start with a really honest question here. Have you ever had that day where the to-do list is a mile long? You actually want to get started, but your body just says, nope. It's not about putting it off. It feels like a physical barrier, like you just can't begin. If that sounds even a little bit familiar, you're in exactly the right place. Well, that feeling, it has a name. It's called motivational exhaustion. And I want you to pay close attention to the most important part of this definition. You still care deeply about your goals. This is not apathy. It's the total opposite. It's a painful mix of having all the desire in the world, but absolutely zero resources. Your mental battery is just completely flat, even though your brain is still flooring the gas pedal. And this really gets us to the heart of the matter today. We're going to unpack the biggest misconception, the biggest lie we tell ourselves, that whole story that we're just being lazy, when the truth is we're just completely and utterly exhausted. Okay, so look at this. This comparison really lays it all out. On one side, you've got laziness. What's the cause? A lack of desire. You just don't care. The feeling is apathy. But then, look at the other side, emotional exhaustion. The cause isn't too little caring, it's too much pressure, too much stress. And the feeling, it's a deep, burning desire to get things done, but there's absolutely no fuel left in the tank. So the key difference is this. One is a lack of caring, and the other is caring so much that you've literally burned yourself out. So how can you tell? How do you know if you've crossed that line from just being tired into being emotionally exhausted? Let's go through some of the biggest warning signs. And as I'm talking, just see if any of this is hitting close to home for you. So what does this actually feel like in real life? Well, it usually starts with this bone-deep fatigue that a good night's sleep just doesn't fix. You might start to feel really detached, almost like you're watching your own life happen from a distance. Then maybe you notice you're more irritable or cynical about things you used to enjoy. That classic brain fog makes it so hard to concentrate on anything. And even when you do manage to accomplish something, there's just nothing, no satisfaction. You might even start to feel totally useless. And because of all that, you start pulling away from people, from the things you love. See, it's not just one of these things. It's when they all start piling up that you're really in the danger zone. So what is happening here? Why does your body just hit the emergency brake when your mind is yelling, go, go, go? This is so important to understand. This is not a character flaw. This is biology. Let's look at the science behind this shutdown. And here it is. This is the big aha moment. When your brain is just completely overloaded with stress, it does something really smart. It goes into a protective shutdown. Think of it like a circuit breaker in your house. When there's a power surge, the breaker trips to prevent a fire. That's what your brain is doing. It's not trying to sabotage you. It's a survival mechanism, trying to conserve whatever energy is left and protect you from the damage of chronic stress. Your brain is literally just trying to save you from yourself. So, if pushing harder is what got you into this mess, it's definitely not going to be what gets you out. And that brings us to the last and honestly the most important part of this whole conversation, the only real way to move forward. I mean, our entire culture is just screaming at us to hustle, right? To grind, to just push through it. But when you're emotionally exhausted, that is literally like pouring gasoline on a fire. The very first step to getting better is just to accept that you cannot force your way out of this. You can't. And the cure? It's as simple and at the same time as difficult as this one single word: rest. It's not about a new productivity app. It's not a new planner. It's just rest. Real, honest-to-goodness, restorative rest. And this right here, this is the whole game. This is the hardest part for so many of us. We have to unlearn this idea that rest is some kind of reward you only get after all the work is finished. When you're in this state, rest isn't a luxury. It's the medicine. It is the work. And that doesn't just mean sleeping more. It could be creative rest, doing a hobby just for fun with no goal in mind. Or maybe it's social rest, being really intentional about who you give your energy to. The point is giving yourself permission to just stop, without that nagging voice in your head telling you all the productive things you should be doing. So I'm going to leave you with this. Just understanding the difference between being lazy and being exhausted, that's a huge first step. But the next step is action. It's not about finding time to rest. It's about making the time. So the real question isn't if you need it. The question is, how will you, starting today, begin to reclaim it for yourself?